The government has a duty to ensure that our young persons are not unlawfully moved out of the country.
Whatever you sow, you will reap.
Human trafficking is a global phenomenon, not Nigeria alone, it's global. You scarcely see trafficking from the rich areas of the world
To the poor.
to the poor areas of the world. As a person ages, signs of old age, sicknesses can start coming from 40, hypertension, diabetes, arthritis, all kinds of things. And that puts pressure on a young person. It appears that those who are honest and working honestly are not really making it. We have lost value system that is now a kind of survivor anyhow. If you cannot beat them, join them. Look at this issue of Yahoo. It's now, you now have Yahoo Mothers Association. You can imagine.
Yahoo clubs.
Association of Yahoo Mother. You see some parents say, my pikin na Yahoo they do is a Yahoo boy. You see young ladies who say, I want to marry a Yahoo boy.
With boldness.
With boldness.
No.
They say, you will say, what of this young man who is working is a teacher? Who is, they will ask you because who he helped. That is a shift in value system, moral bankruptcy, moral decadence because of the need to survive. Personally, I believe in one thing. Once the cause of poverty, a person can have the basics of life, there will be less temptation to engage in crime. There will be less temptation to be exploited. But when there is lack, you become vulnerable. That's what the Bible says, the love of money becomes the root of all evils. Money is not evil. It's the love that makes it evil. Because you can now use it to say, I can do anything to get money, whether good or bad.
So you can kill, you can maim, you can do so many things.
How do we come out of this? Everybody has to work hard. Both parents,
Children.
family, children,
teachers,
government,
the youth
teachers, religious leaders ordinarily are the bastions of morality. Whether it's a Christian, whether it's a Muslim, whether it's a traditional worshipper, one principle cuts across. Crime does not pay. All preach against crime. All preach against moral decadence.
Yes.
Even the traditional worshipper, in those days when I was in my HSC, there's a subject, African traditional religion, where we learned about customary and traditional principles. Like in Yoruba, you have Orunrere and Oruapaji. That is like heaven and hell. At the traditional level, the Christian talks of heaven and hell. The Muslim also talks of heaven and hell. So this message has to be sung that life does not end here. Yeah. If the average person has that realization, it will tamper needs. It will tamper, quote and unquote, long throat. It will tamper inordinate ambition. Because when we live here, we will surely get our reward.
Yes, we're not good at that.
Then like a part of the scripture says, godliness with contentment is great gain. For everybody, it's a principle they should imbibe. Godliness with contentment. There is enough for everybody's need. There is not enough for everybody's greed. Even somebody who is corrupt or a thief, maybe a government worker, there are some things they could embezzle. You will say it's just trying to survive. But at times, you hear the figures involved that their fourth generation cannot exhaust it. You ask why? Trillion, billion.
That one is greed. Serious.
So you can see that at that point, it has gone beyond survival. It has gone on to the point of psychological melancholy. greed. You are you are acquiring what you don't need, what you will never use. I was listening to recently, I was a news report about the EFCC handing over a large estate to the government to sell. That estate was supposedly acquired by one salary earner.
Nigeria, yeah. That's why you don't have a former CBN governor.
I am deliberate to use the word one salary earner. He is a salary earner. He is a salary earner.
Even as CBN governor, he's
a salary earner. He's paid salaries and allowances, which are clear. Overseas, in Europe or in the US, once it is seen that you have more than you legitimately earn, you'll be called in for explanation. You will be called in. How much do you earn? How much tax did you pay? Because one thing is certain in Europe, debt and tax. You can't escape it. You can't evade tax. And it'll be based on what you have. But here, anything. So the value system has to be reorientated. Our ministers in church and in the mosque, they have a key role to play because most people go to church and the mosque.
Yes.
At least when you listen to these sermons or messages, and it puts some sense of fear in you that this world is vanity. It will have a level of moderating your hunger for unnecessary things. But when you go to the religious houses and the messages are things that even makes you even more ambitious, materialistic, it does more damage. When you go to the religious houses and you hear the messages of the day and you are sober, you think of your life. The minister has scored a point. But when you go and you come out more emboldened, this year is my year of success, a year of ascension, a year of triple honor, a year of double. I said earlier, the only way you can be rich or make money, you must have something you are selling. Or you have a service you are selling. Anything outside that is a fraud.
All right, thank you so much. A lot have been said on this, and I hope the viewers and audience here are making some note. No matter how we look at it, money you gain from a very bad means is still bad before men and before God. So no matter the hunger in you, morality is still the best. To pay out, you can only suffer for a while. But in future, you will reap what you have sown. So let us not say because of hunger, because you're not able to meet the basic needs, we'll do anyhow. You have somebody to answerable to, as you mentioned. But we Christians, there's heaven, there's hell. And so, what are you going to tell God? Because I was hungry, because of this. There's no excuse. Romans 2, verse 1, it says, thou art inexcusable, O man. So still be careful. That's why I said, first of this get rich syndrome. I say, be careful the way you are rushing. If you pursue money so much, it will fly. Money has wings to fly. If you pursue it so much without thinking of the consequences, without thinking of hurting your neighbor or the other person, it will have wings to fly. And you may not even get it. Keep on running. You continue to run after money. Money is meant to serve us, not we serving money. And once you have this at the back of your mind, you will do something well. And then the gain will come. You will be applauded. People will praise you instead of you getting that negative attitude. You will receive praise for doing the right thing, also at the right time. We'll take a break now, then we'll go to question and answer session. Vivid View.
See and do it.
My name is Oluwafemi Emmanuel. Just like the topic, human trafficking and moral bankruptcy. My question is, who is to blame? Is it the government or the family? Then my second question is, can poverty be totally eradicated from our society in order to restore our moral value?
My name is Andy Gideon. How can government prevent those agents that frustrate their effort for the provision they made for both preventing human trafficking and poverty.
Welcome back. A lot of questions from the audience. Please, your answers to them.
Well, to the first question, I say, who is to be blamed, the family or society? I would say everybody is to be blamed. But starting from the family, because charity begins from home.
Yeah.
A person is born into a home. The first experience of life starts from the home. The basic foundations start from the home. If the home preaches, practices, I use the word practices because children, they are more prone to learning from what you do than what you say.
That's correct.
Practices, uprightness, honesty, integrity, rewards hard work and does not reward bad behavior. That virtue will grow with the child to face society, and if it will be difficult for the society to overcome that child because of what was learned from home. So basically, everything starts from the family unit. The parents and guardians must live up to responsibility of properly bringing up a child, letting them know that honesty pays, productivity pays, hard work pays, ill-gotten wealth does not pay.
Not at all.
Evil does not pay. Don't reward bad behavior. Let him know that if you do something which is wrong, there are consequences which will follow. Punitive consequences with the object of reforming you and making you right. That is a value system that every parent or guardian has a duty to imbibe in every child. That's why the scripture says you bring up a child in the way of the Lord. When he grows,
Do not depart from it.
when he grows, it will be difficult to depart from what you have learned. It will be difficult. So it starts from the family. The family has to go back to our value systems, our cultural systems. Our culture abhors evil. Every culture abhors evil. They condemn evil. Let us not just be too, quote unquote, civilized and living a free life. It has done more damage than good to our young persons and youthful population. So let the home go back to the standards which righteousness is upheld. Evil is condemned. And that will be the starting point. The society has to do with structures, government, civil societies, schools, institutions. The society should, they have a large role to play, particularly in advocacy.
Some NGOs and all
Yes,
that.
NGOs, advocacy. That even if you did not learn from home that something is bad, you go to school, they say it is bad. You go to the church or the mosque, they say it is bad. You're on your radio, you hear jingles, they say it is bad. You hear everywhere you go, they say it is bad. You will learn from there as well. It will be, so it's a balanced thing, but it starts from home. It is the failure of the home front that has largely contributed to this, where you have even parents who are actually looking for traffickers to traffic their own children.
Can you imagine?
Because of what?
Money.
Reward. Poverty. Caused by poverty. Lack. But if the parents know that, have the understanding that productivity, skill acquisition, then growth in life is gradual.
Yes, of course.
Is gradual. It will be better for the youth. So basically, everybody has a role to play. Both the parents, both the home, and the larger society, government, NGOs, religious organizations.
Yes.
And once that is done, you will see that the society will be better off for it. Human trafficking will reduce. Then the second question says, can poverty be eradicated to restore moral values? Yes, poverty is subjective. Poverty is subjective. It depends on the person. Some person will have 10,000, is content. Another person will have 10 million, it will say, I have not even begun. It's subjective. But basically, as for the larger society, poverty can be reduced and to an extent eliminated. In Europe, in some countries, there is no poverty except greed, because food is cheap, housing is provided, Medical is taken care of. Those are the basics of life. Once the basics of life are addressed, you can't say you are poor. It's just your own personal loss now that is inducing you to desire. For us in this area of the world, as I've said earlier, it is a question of productivity, skill acquisition. Our youth should acquire skills that are in demand. Skills in demand. It's not because of BSc or MSc anymore. Acquire skills. I thank God for the new world of even ICT. You hear of coding. You hear of digital marketing. And the monies they are making, the civil servant for 35 years can never make what they make in 1 year. That's the truth. So you must think out of the box. What skills do I need to acquire that is in hot demand?
Not hacking people's account. That's what we're talking
in
about.
In hot demand. What skills do I? Everything is now digital. Acquire digital skills. Do you see people now buying newspaper? How many people used to buy newspaper on the street? No more. Everything is online. Apply university admission. You see filling jam form on paper anymore? No. Everything is ICT. So the youth must ask yourself the question, what skill do I need to acquire to get money? And that skill is determined by, is it in demand? As long as your skill is in demand, you can never be poor.
The skills we're not talking about now is not skills of going to learn how to use gun, to go and rob people, or kidnapping. That's not skill. This is evil from the pit of hell.
That's criminality.
So that's not what I'm talking about here. Okay, I know how to do it. That's not what we're talking here. Learn something that people will see you do. Of course, those two I mentioned now, you always hide to do it. Because you can't rob openly for people to see you. Neither do you want to kidnap for people to see you. So all those things you do in the dark is purely evil. You want something you do. Even if you use yourself now to do runs or whatever you call it, it's also evil. That's not the skill we're talking about here for the ladies. So please, what you do with your hands, learn how to play. Do you see Elise? Learn how to do that. You get money from that. Or any other thing. That's what we're talking about here. Because we always address the youths. So learn and be helpful to yourself and your family. Please continue.
And the last question talks about what government can do to prevent the frustration of her efforts in eradicating human trafficking and moral bankruptcy. Unfortunately, there is a robust adage that says, that is the insect that is eating the plant is right inside the plant. Most often than not, it is the agencies of government, personnel in government that are frustrating government efforts, largely due to corruption and inordinate ambition. No value system, it's the same personnel. We have lovely policies. Look at our laws. You have the NAPTIP Act. You have the Trafficking in Persons Preventions and Enforcement Act. Beautiful laws. But why is it working outside, but it's not working here? Because somebody here in government is ready to look the other way. It was very within the weekend we saw a video of which was in social media. The government even addressed it, of a policeman at the red checkpoint asking for 5 liters of fuel, boldly
on 10 liters.
Boldly 5 liters of fuel of 5,000 with impunity. That is
10 liters of fuel. It means you're talking about 10,000.
That is somebody who has been employed by the government, trained by the government to prevent crime. Imagine if that policeman was at the border and traffickers come. He will only ask for 100 liters.
Yes. It's even small self, 100,000.
And just move per head. You will just charge per head. Yeah. So that is a system that is self-sabotaging. So the government has to have that political will to rid itself of bad eggs. It had that political will to rid itself of bad eggs and recruit those who have that genuine desire to achieve the essence of government, which is the welfare and the security of the Nigerian people. And if that is done, obviously, moral bankruptcy will drop.
Be restored, yeah.
Human trafficking will also drop, and the society will be better off for it.
Thank you so much for the answer provided to those questions. I believe that we have heard our parents, please. Our parents always have more work to do, and our youth also to also say no to certain things as well, so that we all of us will work together. Government, you have heard a lot of beautiful ideas government have to help the poor, but amongst you again, among your staffs are the one doing this too, destroying the plans. And of course, I know the leaders on top, they know their staff, they know what is going on. So if we really want to handle this issue once and for all, we know what to do. You know those who are involved in this, and get them out of the way and bring in some people that we feel we can trust and put proper check. You see that these things will not overwhelm us, because the way we are going, we are being overwhelmed with all these counts, human trafficking and moral bankruptcy. We are being overwhelmed. So please, let's help ourselves, whatever group, parents, the church leaders. Let's see how we can do to talk to our youths to behave well, and let the government to do their own bit. And then this place will be a better place for all of us to live in. God bless us really, and we appreciate God all the time for making Nigeria who he is. I'm a proud Nigerian anywhere I go. So thank you so much. Please, your final words.
Human trafficking is an international scourge. We should do all we can to stop it frontally, and the government and the society should do everything possible to attack the root cause, which is poverty, lack of good governance, frustrations, helplessness, hopelessness. Let there be hope for the youth. Let there be hope for society.
The lists are endless.
Endless. Moral bankruptcy, everybody has a role to play. Parents, train your children well. Let them know that it pays to do good. It pays to live righteously. Let them know that evil does not pay. A Yoruba adage says, what is not good is not good. Let every child grow with that knowledge, and society will be better off for it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Odum. We are glad you are the one that handled this topic. So we have had a lot from him. Let us now go and do it, like our slogan say and do it. You that is listening to us also do and work towards that. And I want to thank the production crew for a job well done. Thanking our audience seated, and of course our viewers there for your time with us. The executive producer, kudos to you. And also to our sponsors. Thank you so much for making us to still be on air. We'll wrap up this program by inviting artist Skillborn to sign out the program. Join us next week, same time. I am a Hillis. Goodbye. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Vivid View with Hillis. Whatever I think, I could do it. Whatever I say, I could do it. And you.
Now let the dogs out. It don't do when I do the guys. Oh, let's go on the street, hard but don't go in. Just like we are going for when we'll be coming with plenty money. Hard life, you know good, that's all. We cannot join with him of my forefather.
You are watching Vivid View Talk Show.
Miss Blood, we come from Benin. Me know they say nobody go wash out to let me no get time for the hater. I'm on the shower. Give me love, make a shot proper on you. This a love, give me joy, give me love, give me peace. I just can't live without you. Oh yeah, man, no.
You are watching Vivid View Talk Show.
Oh yeah, man, no. Walking you, oh yeah, me go. Walking you, oh yeah, man, no. Walking you, oh yeah, man, no. Walking you, oh yeah, man, no. Walking you, oh yeah, man, no.
You are watching Vivid View Talk Show.
Walking you, oh yeah, me go. Walking you, oh yeah, man, no. Walking you, oh yeah, man, no. Walking you, oh yeah, man, no. So many times, many times. They want to cover my glory, but I fight all the battle. The last man is end.
You are watching Vivid View Talk Show.
You hold up to something, something must hold you. Don't let them fool you. This life is so wicked. Me know they like pretend. Find direction is important than your speed. Many things with my inner I don't see it. That's why they pray me they open up that door. But Jesus cover me, make I don't fall. Oh yeah.
You are watching Vivid View Talk Show.
For the love he has done for me. Make nobody judge me, make them focus on what he oh yeah, man, Say what? What he oh yeah, man, What he oh yeah, me what he oh yeah, man, What he oh.
You are watching Vivid View Talk Show.
Oh yeah, man, let's go. What he oh yeah, man, Say, let me hear you sing up. What he oh yeah, man, See. Let me hear you sing.
You are watching Vivid View Talk Show.
Let's go. Yeah, it's a bro, it's Cuba, aka Skilashi.